Hello there, welcome to my views and news. Two news stories. First one is from Eritrea. It seems that now war of words between Eritrean and Ethiopian government officials is turning into direct war. We have not seen any direct exchange of accusations, direct war of words between the two sides, but things are heating up because last night, Yamane Gebremeskel tweeted. His tweet was in response to a tweet from an Ethiopian former general who is seen as very close to Eritreans, by the way. Secondly, an operation to capture a top Fano commander. It was launched in the Amhara region. Did it succeed? And reportedly refugees also got in danger because of this operation launched to capture the Fano commander. Firstly, viewers, Ethiopia Eritrea tensions. We have seen statements from two sides, but without mentioning each other. Both governments have activated their internal assets. Ethiopian ministers, Ethiopian ambassadors, news outlets, journalists, activists, all day share posts saying that Ethiopia wants access to the sea. Just yesterday, I showed you pictures of Aisha Muhammad, Ethiopian minister from afar, who shared a picture from a sea. Birhane M. Lengiso, another Ethiopian minister, also spoke about the Red Sea, spoke about afar people. Almost on daily basis, we see Ethiopian ministers, bureaucrats, news outlets publish stories, posts about Red Sea, about access to a port. Eritrea responds indirectly. Eritrean government-backed activists, journalists, news outlets, they are bashing Ethiopia, trying to prove that the Ethiopian PM is the most incompetent PM in the world. So this war of words is indirect because no direct war of words between Ethiopia and Eritrean government officials. For the first time, it seems that Eritrean information minister directly responded to a tweet of an Ethiopian ambassador. Who is the ambassador? His name is Bacha Dabele, former general. He worked in close coordination with Eritrean military in the 2-year-long war in Tigray. Then he was appointed as ambassador. Now he's serving as Ethiopian ambassador to Kenya. And there we have seen Bacha Dable meet with the Eritrean ambassadors. So he is close to Eritreans, but on the issue of Red Sea, obviously, he's backing his government's narrative. Yesterday, Bacha Dable tweeted, he talked about a win-win solution. The main term used by Bacha Dable was win-win solution. And he has been tweeting with the hashtag no more landlocked Ethiopia. Hashtag being used by Bacha Dable. Bacha Dable is tagging his posts about the Red Sea, about the port, to Al Jazeera, to the Guardian, to Mike Hammer, etc. Bacha spoke about a win-win solution about utilization of the Red Sea. He said, there should be a win-win solution, not quote unquote, almost, this is almost what he said. Win-win solution, win-win approach rather, he said, Red Sea utilization can benefit Ethiopia, neighboring countries, and global community through enhanced trade and connectivity. So he proposed that all countries should join hands and use the Red Sea jointly. It will benefit all. Response came from Yemane Gebremeskel, Information Minister of Eritrea. What did he say? He said, part of his tweet is that blatant and reckless revision of history and breach of international law are packaged as a win-win solution. Now, it cannot be more direct than that. Both the officials use the term win-win. Massa wrote win-win strategy, win-win approach rather. And Yemane said win-win solution. He said these win-win solutions are basically blatant and reckless revision of history and breach of international law. So no win-win solution is acceptable to Eritrean government. Eritrean government does not want to talk to Ethiopia about giving unconditional or full access to a port to the coast in Eritrea. No signs of any flexibility shown by Eritrean government. So when it comes to gaining access to sea through diplomatic means, maybe Eritrea is not a good choice for Ethiopia. Eritrea not responding to Ethiopian government's efforts for engagement. So what is the solution? Solution depends upon PM Abiy's intention. How far does he go in forcing Eritrea to come to the table or in getting access to the sea? That all depends upon what PM Abiy wants. What are his real objectives? How does he want to achieve this objective? So this is the first time that we're seeing a direct war of words between Eritrean and Ethiopian government officials. Secondly, viewers, an operation has been launched to capture a top Fano commander. During this operation, fighting erupted close to a refugee camp, reportedly. By the way, since July this year, when the fighting between Fano and military intensified, not a single Fano commander has been captured or killed or even injured. I think one Fano commander was a little injured, but he managed to survive. Colonel Fantaho narrowly escaped when a dawn strike was conducted, but so far, all Fano commanders are safe. None of them has been killed, captured, or wounded. That is why I say that Fano's capabilities are intact. Not just Fano commanders. What about Fano members? How many have been shown as POWs by Ethiopian state media? Only a few dozen so far. Ethiopian government claimed to have killed a few hundred in Debre Ilyas at a monastery. No other big claims about no other big claims from the government about large-scale killing of Fano fighters in the operations launched by the government. That is why, based on the ground situation, I say Fano's capabilities are intact. While Fano's capabilities are intact, Fano is enhancing its capabilities. It is getting more recruits. It is training more youths. It is storming police stations, freeing its comrades. It's capturing weapons, ammunition, logistics from the cities which are stormed by Fano fighters. So I think if you analyze the situation in Amhara neutrally, you would reach this conclusion that Fano is in a stronger position now than it was last year, even at the start of this year. Now, an operation was launched by the military to capture a top Fano commander. His name is Massa. I have not seen Massa for months, by the way. No interviews. His son was seen in Gondar a few months ago, when military pushed Fano fighters out of Gondar. Before that, his son was seen in Gondar. And we have been hearing rumors about Massa, that Massa maybe is not well or he has struck a deal. So we don't know. but we have not seen him in recent days. We have seen pictures of Skandar Naga. We have seen interviews of Skandar. We have heard interviews of Skandar, Zamina Kasi, Lata Shigao too, I think. Mere brother jo spoke last night. Fantahun speaks regularly. But Safar Malise and Massafint both keep low key. Maybe they are trying to keep a low profile intentionally, or they're not active in fighting. And we have seen less fighting on North Gondar front, by the way. And Massafint is in North Gondar. That is why an operation was launched near the Bath, Janora, where Massafint-led Fano group is based, fighting for several days there in Janora near the Bath, reportedly. And for the last 4 to 5 days, heavy fighting has been ongoing. Operation was launched to capture Massafint. So far, Massafint could not be captured by Ethiopian military. Ethiopian military came close to capturing Massafint months ago when main operation against Fano was launched. Operation was launched again in the same area, but back then people came to the rescue of Massafint. Gondar armed people supported Massafint back then. I think it happened in July, I think. While military launched an operation to capture Massafint, there was fighting erupted close to a refugee camp in the Bath. Near the Bath, there is a refugee camp of Eritrean refugees. I think when Eritrean refugee camps in Tigray came under attack in the 2-year-long war, Eritrean refugees from Tigray were relocated. They were sent to a refugee camp in the Amhara region close to the Bath. And fighting erupted very close to this refugee camp. No news of any refugees injured or killed. But since fighting ongoing for several days, that is why people there are concerned. They're panicking. They say fighting could easily reach the refugee camp. Massafint could not be captured. Thank you for watching.